fact, experts say the brain battles the body's metabolic system when you are working overnight because we are not supposed to be awake during those hours. A new study out of Washington.
I knew it. I knew it. Your body supposed to be asleep during that time, bro. 8 hours for what we will. Look it up. Look it up.
Washington State University found that after working just 3 days of overnight shifts, the proteins that regulate blood glucose are disrupted.
That tug of war actually has consequences for the way we metabolize our food, for the way we process.
What up, YouTube? What up, YouTube? You clicked the title, you read the page, the impact of working the graveyard shift. Now listen, by the grace of God, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 type of job in over 7 years. All right, I've been out here chasing my dreams for 7 years. Fun fact, don't give up because I just got my first content creation check this year. Okay, so that's how long it takes, and I'm still ain't where I'm supposed to be, so don't give up. But I say that to say when I was working, I had my last job was the post office, all right? So my last job was the post office, and the thing that pissed me off the most was the post office had the worst choices in shifts, right? It either was like 7 a.m. to 3 in the afternoon, 3 a.m. to 11, or it's 11 at night to 7 a.m. Super suck. Like, no funny, working the post office is the reason why I started chasing my dreams of being an entertainer, just anything but working. Because I was like, this job is taking over my youth. Like, good thing I left. Like, I quit, I believe I was like 22, 23. And I never looked back. I never looked back, man. That job was just taking over my mental health. So I say that to say you got to put yourself first, man. Don't let these jobs kill you, all right? Let's get into it.
Well, new tonight, if you or someone you know works the overnight shift, you know all too well the toll it can take on their health.
But tonight, there's new evidence of just how fast working the graveyard shift can impact your body. Fox 5's Linda Schmidt is live in the newsroom with more. Linda?
Yeah, good evening, first of all, to both of you. Well, you know, this new study is confirming what many people already know here. It can absolutely throw your body out of whack working overnight. But this study also found that can happen in just 3 days. Working overnight can be a grind.
The brain doesn't really adapt to that kind of a schedule very much.
In fact, experts say the brain battles the body's metabolic system when you are working overnight because we are not supposed to be awake during those hours. A new study out of Washington.
I knew it. I knew it. Your body supposed to be asleep during that time, bro. 8 hours for what we will. Look it up. Look it up.
Washington State University found that after working just 3 days of overnight shifts, the proteins that regulate blood glucose are disrupted.
That tug of war actually has consequences for the way we metabolize our food, for the way we process our glucose, and respond to that glucose with insulin. And we believe that has long-term consequences for health.
Professor Hans van Doggen led the study. He says when internal rhythms are thrown off, it puts stress on the body and wear and tear on our organs.
Increased risk of diabetes, obesity, heart disease.
Dr. Randy.
Yeah, because, when you work in them graveyard shifts, your eating habits are terrible. Your eating habits are terrible. You ain't supposed to eat past 10. You eating 4 in the morning. You eating steak for lunch because that's your lunchtime. It's just bad, bro.
DiLorenzo is with Northwell at Syosset Hospital on Long Island. He says although the recent research out of Washington State University only studied 14 people, it still provides some interesting findings as to why overnight shifts are so damaging to the body.
I see a number of nurses and doctors, and many of them do complain, and also policemen. They do complain when they work the nighttime shift. It does take a toll on them.
And because the overnight shift can put so much stress on the body, doctors say it is extremely important to try to counteract that by eating healthy and exercising. But the problem...
Exactly. And I feel like if you're going to work the overnight shift, you should switch it up. Like, don't just have that shit for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Nah, do that shit every 6 months. Look, now I want the daytime shift. Like, switch that shit up, man.
Problem is, after working overnight, the last thing that you feel like doing when you get home is exercising. Stephen.
Right, because you're tired. All right, so look, YouTube, it's something else I want to get into. All right, so now on this channel we like to learn, all right? So shout out to CBS Sunday Morning. Now, they did a video explaining why it is important to be lazy. Now, I'm on the phone with a baddie the other day. It's probably the girl I'm going to marry. This is a different girl from the last girl I was going to marry. I actually might really marry this one. Like, she got She got a better chance than the last one. Damn, I just said that. Listen, truth hurts. But look, delete. So look, I was on the phone with a baddie the other day, and she was like, you know, you may not like me because sometimes I can get lazy. And I said, nah, because this girl work hard. Like, I done seen this girl work 2-3 jobs, like, back to back. She don't play about her money. I said, nah, you want to have a lazy moment? It's okay. Like, we're working so hard. It's like society forces us to be lazy because of the work that we're putting in. By the time we get home, we don't want to cook. We're too tired to even eat. And that's sad. So I want to get into this news clip right here. Shout out to CBS. It's called Take It Easy. The importance of being lazy. Let's get to it.
From an early age, we're taught the benefits of hard work. What you don't hear much about is the real value of doing nothing. With Susan Spencer, let's all take it easy.
For most of her working life, Celeste
Yo, she typing mad hard.
Headley never made any time for any time off.
I used to say I can outwork anybody. That used to be like my calling card.
A single mother, at one point she was balancing childcare with 7 different jobs.
I am a professional opera singer, so I sang for the...
Nah, I don't want to hear no excuses. Shorty got 7 jobs and she a single mother. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Michigan Opera Theater. I also did a lot of writing jobs. I wrote for the Detroit News. I was filing freelance pieces for National Public Radio.
But in 2017, at age 47, she hit a wall.
I was irritable all the time. I was tired all the time. I mean, I started getting sick. And I'm a very healthy person. I don't generally get sick. So obviously I was overworked. And that was a problem that had to be solved.
First step, she quit her full-time job. Second, equally drastic move, she took a 2-week cross-country train ride, much of it without Wi-Fi, just to see what would happen.
For the first 3 or 4 days.
Nah, I don't know. No Wi-Fi? I mean, I guess, like, if I was in a way better position in life, then that wouldn't bother me right now. But, like, right now, I need my Wi-Fi. I gotta know what's going on in the world. But it must be cool to take days off, y'all. I don't even take days off, y'all. In 1 year, I did over 500 videos. In 1 year. It's crazy. I gotta take it easy. But it's like, God, I need to be where I need to be so I can take it easy. Just hurry up, let it happen.
It was panic. You know when you leave your house and you realize you don't have your cell phone on you and you're like, but eventually it just started to feel okay.
By the time she got home, she'd had an epiphany.
Idleness, leisure time, is necessary for our own health and well-being.
The title of Headley's recent book says it all, but she argues social pressures make doing nothing hard to do. After all, we might be accused of the dreaded sin of laziness.
If somebody's lazy, right, they're not earning their place in society. They're a bum.
So you think laziness has become...
That's a fact. I feel like if you lazy, you a bum. Like, God woke you up and you ain't do nothing, you a bum. But I feel like if you work an 8-hour shift and you're just too tired to work, I'm going to say this. Being tired is a choice. I know you're probably thinking, TT, are you nuts? Are you crazy? Have you ever been tired? Sometimes your body give up. Listen to me. Being tired is a choice. And you might disagree with me, and that's fine. But I live my life with being tired as a choice. I can choose to be tired. I can choose to rest. I can choose to not be tired. I can choose to not rest. It's the same exact thing. The same energy that I could put into being to being tired and resting, I can put the same energy into not being tired and resting. So I say that to say, know when to be tired. That's what makes you lazy versus not being lazy. When you're just deciding to be tired at all times, you're lazy. But if you decide, listen, man, I don't work 10 hours, 12 hours. I'm too tired to cook. But I could put this microwave dinner in the microwave. Then you're not tired. Because if you could put the energy to take that microwave thing, put it in, just add a little bit more energy. A little bit more energy and cook that meal. But if you are absolutely tired, I can understand that. But what I'm saying is being tired is a choice. I'm telling you, don't let that go over your head.
Become a bad word.
Yeah, absolutely.
How did laziness get such a bum rap?
Laziness gets a bum rap from religion, it gets a bum rap from capitalism, it gets a bum rap because we are trying to be productive in our lives.
And productivity is the real priority in America, says Professor Lonnie Golden, who teaches economics at Penn State Abington.
The big payoffs in the U.S. are making yourself available for a promotion or building your own business from scratch. So there's many good rewards from that.
But there's no reward for being lazy.
There's no reward for being lazy, I think it's fair to say. When you're at your high school reunion, you don't want to be saying, I've been doing nothing.
According to a recent survey, Americans value hard work over just about everything else, including self-fulfillment, marriage, patriotism, religion.
And that's a damn shame. And that's what's wrong with America. They chasing the goddamn dollar when they supposed to be chasing the love and the dream. See that?
And tolerance for others. Even retirees have a hard time doing nothing.
It gets to be what's called the conspicuous busyness, like, hey, look how busy I am and look how much time I'm spending. Maybe it's volunteering, but it should be okay to say I'm retired. And as a result, I can be lazy when I feel like being lazy.
But it's not.
Because we're in this cult.
This anti-lazy cult.
Yeah, we have all been basically brainwashed to believe that we have to work hard or we're not.
Exactly. That's why I be telling y'all, you gotta chase the dream, not the dollar. Chasing the dollar will have you tired and insane, miserable, lonely, all types of shit. Chase the dream, not the dollar.
Of value.
Which may explain why employers seem to love employees who say they can multitask. Really, what could be less lazy?
We hear this all the time. Businesses ask candidates, are you good at multitasking? And they want to hear yes. But what they should want to hear is no. People are motivated. People want to get ahead. It's understandable.
What? Nah, nigga. If I'm hiring somebody, because you do two things. But nah, he got a point though. Like, you should be able to just focus on one thing, bro. He got a point. I ain't gonna lie. They both fair points.
Professor Earl K. Miller, a neuroscientist at MIT's Picower Institute for Learning and Memory, has sobering news for a culture obsessed with juggling jobs.
Our brains are very one track. We can hold only one or two thoughts in mind at a time. That is it. We're very single-minded.
You mean it is physically impossible to multitask?
I mean, it is physically impossible to multitask.
Our poor...
Huh? Nah, he bugging. He bugging. Because sometimes I feel like I'm thinking about two or three things at once. No, he right though. Because sometimes it is just that one thought. Yo, you learn something new every day. Let's hear that again.
Mind at a time. That is it. We're very single-minded.
You mean it is physically impossible to multitask?
I mean, it is physically impossible to multitask.
Our poor brains, when struggling to multitask, instead simply slow down and make mistakes. A far better plan, says Professor Miller, is to try doing no tasks at all.
You know, a lot of times some of your best thoughts come to you when your conscious mind is out of the way, when you allow these unconscious thoughts to bubble up.
Yo, that is so true. I come up with my best ideas when I'm just sitting there thinking about nothing. Yo, that's facts.
Right? And sometimes it's good to be lazy, not lazy, but to tune out a bit and let these thoughts bubble up.
That advice is a way of life at the 93-year-old Institute for Advanced Study, an academic research center in Princeton, New Jersey, where remarkably, doing nothing does not have a bad name, says director David Nuremberg.
What's a typical day like?
There isn't a typical day. You can do whatever you want. The day is yours.
When not
The hell? I need to go to that school. Sound lit.
Not gathering for tea each day, scholars may take a walk in the woods, sit by the pond, or even nap.
We all need space for non-intentional activity, non-intentional thought, contemplation. That's why weekends exist. I think that's why so many of our faith traditions have introduced days of rest.
But we think of that as being
Exactly, yo. You gotta rest, yo. I'm telling you, stress can kill you. Overworking can kill you.
lazy.
I think it's a crucial part of being human.
Not to imply that anyone's slacking off. The Institute has been an intellectual home to Albert Einstein, J. Robert Oppenheimer, and 35 Nobel laureates.
Some of the most productive and renowned people in history worked maybe 4 hours a day. Charles Dickens, Charles Darwin, Henri Poincaré. I mean, these are people who had a focused time of 4 hours, and the rest of the time, what were they doing? They were dining, they were sitting in the garden, they were hanging out with friends.
They were being lazy.
Yeah, to our 21st century eyes, yeah, they were being lazy. To them, they were living their life. My friends definitely see me more.
And Celeste Headley wants all of us to start living our lives too.
Yeah, of course you take vacation.
So if you had one message about laziness, what would it be?
The most successful animals on the planet are the laziest. Think about how long lions lie around on the savannah. And when they need food, there's a burst of energy and activity, and they get it, and then they go back to lying around.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I feel like God talking to me, because the other day I was like, yo, I'm overworked, son. I'm overworked. And it's funny because every video that I've ever done that went viral, I put the least amount of effort into it. That's crazy. We really got to start being lazy, guys. Don't overdo it, though.
If you look at the apex predators, some of the most successful species on planet Earth, they spend a good amount of their time doing nothing at all.
Yo, deadass, it's funny. I was looking at my dogs today. I'm like, yo, y'all play for 2-3 hours and y'all just sleep. Yo, that's some fun facts for your ass.